Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is a box on box. So if I wanted to make a building taller and make it look like it's not just continuing up, but maybe there's a second story on it that's been shifted, I'd start once again with a vertical line, take it to the corner, or take it to the vanishing point, I should say. So I'm going to take it to the right vanishing point, take it to the left vanishing point, and then just decide how far I want this to go out. I'm going to fix that. Let's see here. To look more similar to that side. Okay, so that's when a box is on the above it. You could obviously do one below it as well, right? You could do to the side of it. So I'm going to show you something a little bit different than when we did 1 point perspective. Instead of starting and adding just the rectangle first, this once again we're going to start with kind of the corner, and so I'm going to start with a vertical line. I'm going to make it connect to the edge of the box, okay? And then from there I'm going to go ahead and we're doing basically this side of that box. So I'm going to take it to the right vanishing point. So let's make it almost look like it was lockers, so like if you were drawing the inside of the school. So it's going to be like long and skinny. Okay, and then use a vertical line. Right, so this is the part that's coming out from the wall, right? And then let's go ahead and get where the doors of the lockers are going to be. Okay, so because it's below the horizon, it's that bird's eye view, I can see the top of it. Be real careful to line up using the vanishing point if you got that spiral. And if I want to make it look like it connects back here to the bottom edge of this locker, I'm going to go ahead and take that point right there. I'm going to line it up to the right vanishing point. You see how it faces the right here? I'm going to take it to the right on this one as well. And then this is going to go straight down. So if these were lockers, each locker would get a little bit skinnier as they get farther into, or farther away or closer to the vanishing point. And you could go ahead and add your different lockers. Okay. So let's try one that's underneath. All right, start with the corner first. I'm going to take the right to the right. Take the left to the left. Now I'm not going to do this on all sides, but you could add boxes on all of the sides if you really wanted to. You know, this is a great way to draw like a fantasy world, like science fiction sort of world. You can really add boxes on boxes on boxes and really add some different additions. Okay, so that didn't line up, so let me fix this here and extend this line here. Okay, so that was boxes on boxes. I showed how to do it above it, below it, and to the side, right? If I were going to do it the opposite way, it would maybe look like this, where I put underneath, on the top, and once again on the side. Let's go ahead and look at some different kinds of roofs. let's figure out how to do a gable roof if you wanted a pointed roof. So let's go ahead and do it on this building that's below. So in order to make a shape, right, like we did with the circle on one point, we have to find the middle. So we're going to go ahead and lightly find the middle on the side that we want to put the gable, okay? And it's not necessary to put the entire cross in, but I am going to draw in the vertical line and decide how tall I want that gable to go, okay? So the gable is this triangular section on top of the roof. That's the peak. And so this is one of the few times where you're going to draw a diagonal line, but it's not going to go to your vanishing point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the corner up, connect this corner up, right? And that has created the gable for us, so the peak, okay? So once again, I did use perspective to do this because I had to find the middle of that side. Remember that this line here is longer than this one because this is farther away from you, okay? And that's all part of that perspective, right? Where these lines are receding back into space. So at the top of this roof, right, we need to put on the side of the roof. So what I'm going to do is take this peak to the left vanishing point, okay? And then at this corner, I'm going to mirror it back here. And if I take my ruler at this angle and slide it back at the same angle, I can get the back side of the roof. And I can get rid of all these extra lines. Right? I'll keep that just so that you can see how I did that. Okay. Let's say we want to do an overhang. Overhangs, we have tons of them at our school, right? These are these little projections. They look like little slabs kind of coming off the edges. You can do that as well. So you can make it look like it's hovering or right on top. I'm going to go ahead and draw a little thin vertical line. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that to my vanishing points on the top and the bottom of it. And I want these diagonal lines to come over the edge of the building, okay? So that when I go, I can use a little vertical, right, to make it look like it overhangs, okay? We'll repeat that on the same, or on the opposite side. So I'm going to draw that nice and light because I'll probably have to erase some of it. So I want it to draw it big enough that it extends over. Use a vertical line once again. So right now this is floating up in space. So if this goes to the right in vertical, right, the only other line left is to the left. So I'm going to take this bottom corner and take it to the left. Take this bottom corner, take it to the right, right? And that gives us an overhang roof. The only other major area that I would like to show you on this video is I'm going to show you how to change the shape. So we're going to go ahead and on this top one here, we're going to truncate it. Truncate it is where we take away something. So let's go ahead and draw. It looks kind of like a window or an opening. So I'm going to go ahead and take out a section of it. I'm going to actually erase this top line here. Okay, so basically what we're doing is right here, right? We're going to take it apart. So it's kind of like almost like a castle wall. So keep in mind that you're always going to be using your vanishing points. And so when I look at this side, I actually see both sides of it. So that side is done, but here we only see one thickness. So if this is going to the left to show depth, I have to take it to the right. And I could keep this going if I want it to look like it runs the entire length of the structure, Or I could use a vertical line to make sure it looks like it stops. Okay, I could do the same thing on the opposite side. Take out the top part. I see two sides here, only one side here. So I'm going to take it to the left side. And maybe this one's really skinny. We got the thickness. So this is truncation.